Okay, so moving on to the MPO research project, if there are any updates on that.
I updated some nonprofit organizations that currently exist at Dublin High. Like for business, there's DECA, and I think they would be open to working with other clubs, especially because like they're a high school club as well.
Is that all for the MPO research project?
I did a couple of others, but they're all on the spreadsheet. I'm not sure if anyone else did anything else.
Okay. I think this one might take a little longer, so we can just move on to tutoring program if there are also any updates for that project.
Okay, so basically over this past week, I've been starting some interviews. I'll be sending out an interview form and sign up sheet for the big rest of the club, but I think I've done 2 or 3 right now. And also I have been making a form for general homework help, and I'm creating a form especially for the interest group signups. So etc. For example, right now I have a form called Breaking BEARriers Tutoring General Homework Help, and people can enter their first and last name, the way to contact them, their grade, what subject they need help on, what course of that subject they need help on, and specifically their problem. So if they have any problems, this will be on the website, which recently just went through a big maintenance update. They can sign up. So there'll be 2 forms. One form is specifically for any general homework help that I suppose any person can work on, any person can do. However, there's going to be another form, especially for development. For example, learning a language, learning saxophone, learning a piano, etc. So there'll be one that's more focused toward learning overall and one that's focused toward homework help.
Do you have like an approximation of when you'd be done with the interviews and when we can officially start tutoring?
I suppose I can finish interviews by Friday. I'll be sending, I already have a form finished. I'll send out one for signing up for interviews today for those who have not been interviewed yet. And I should be pretty available in the next few days, especially because I finished most of my things for this week and some maintenance. So I should be able to interview a lot more people.
And once you're done interviewing, are you gonna update like under each category everyone's credentials if they're going to be tutoring the specific thing?
Yes, so I have a Google Sheet that lists what everybody is, what everyone signed up to do, and then I'll edit that sheet and make sure I make that sheet as clear as possible and as accurate as possible based on their abilities to tutor. Again, I'll be sending out some recordings of the actual interviews so that the Leadership Council can go over it.
Hey, Anthony, are you doing the interview by yourself or anybody in the tutoring?
Well, I offered to help him interview, but he never responded to my DM, so I don't know.
Did sorry. Chloe is going to be helping me with some of the interviews. So Chloe, after this meeting, probably can you just send me your availability for the following 2 days, and then I'll be opening the interviews and like the actual sign up sheet for that if you are a tutor.
So how many people already signed up for this program, like being the tutor?
So 15 people in total have signed up for this program, and there is one person who is in 5th grade, and otherwise most of them are either people from our club already. They are the tutoring project leads, or they are already Leadership Council members.
Okay, so do you plan to interview all of them, or you have you select some of them? So my question is, you want to start with the homework help and also the teach for general, these 2 categories as a pilot program, right? So how many tutors will be in these 2 categories?
So I think every member can do general homework help. I believe that everyone, I think, should have the skills to tutor kids from kindergarten to 8th grade. However, if you're teaching specific items, for example, if some person said that I am able to teach Spanish, I would make sure that the interview is specifically towards Spanish into the subjects they suggested they can tutor in. General homework help, I believe everyone can do that. I can make exceptions, say if this person really doesn't want to tutor math, or if they really don't want to tutor English, etc. But otherwise, I think general homework help is just trying to fill in the gap as soon as possible.
Is there really a difference between general and like the specific ones? Because the general includes some of the specific subjects. Like how
Yeah,
you
so
interview for the general.
yeah, I think this was gone over slightly last time. So Aditya, he made a curriculum for course 2 math along with his friend Rohan. So I believe that and the curriculums is more focused toward teaching students directly. So it may be a weekly class, it could be a bi-weekly class, etc. However, general homework help would just be you filling out a form for help, and we'll be getting back to you as soon as possible. So Aditya's could be scheduled, it could be repetitive, and they could teach new things every week. However, general homework help is just focused on what a student needs help on specifically for that day or that week's of homework.
Okay, so for when you are done with this interview and identify the tutors that are appropriate to this program, how do you gonna broadcast your this program and to recruit the students? So which channel do you want to plan to use to advertise this program?
So I think that this will be on the website. I already have, again, I talked about how there was some maintenance updates for the website. WordPress updated to a new version. So I have a new page there. It's called Tutoring Help. It's still a draft right now, but I'll publish it as soon as I finish with the interviews. And from there, we can try to advertise the website and or specifically advertise the homework help. Both are possible.
Yeah.
And I think that having it on the website and advertising the website is slightly better because it also gains our club some attention, especially with the signups, so we can have new members, etc. And it gives just more it gives more ability for us to expand as a club in total. So it's just killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I think that's the proper term of saying that. But
Yeah.
I suppose I can't do this alone because I'm not for the public relationships for the PR. So the leadership council, those who are in charge of spreading word and communicating with others outside the club, I think there might be some ways to help spread the message.
Yeah, so the information will be on our website, and my question is how you gonna spread the word, because remember we talked to one of the tutoring programs in Pleasanton, and later on one of the advisors bring up a concern that how to protect our tutor. So our tutor will have some training on the online tutoring discipline or tips, but from the other perspective, we should also protect our tutors. So we want to limit the scope of the students to Dublin School District or Pleasant School District, so that we can at the first stage, so that we can be sure the students will be reliable and yeah, so some kind of concern over there. So that's why I want to bring it up for you guys to think before you advertise this program.
Yeah, I think that there are some concerns. So I think that we'll get so I think that specifically for the concerns, we need to make sure the tutors are capable and that they can also make sure that they can do their job correctly along with the students, make sure that the students are serious and
Yeah.
actually want some help. I think there's a bit of both. So
Mhm.
well, if there's any problems with that, we'll see how to address it as a club in total and make sure that everyone is prepared for it if that happens next time.
Yeah, and also we talked about the training video for our tutors for the online tutoring tips. So there are some kind of similar video on YouTube. So probably you guys can take a look and browse different versions and develop our own customized online tutoring training video for our tutors, and also maybe also for the some kind of online classroom rules for the students as well. So that kind of video can be broadcast to each class for both tutor and students.
Yeah, I know that Aditya has been looking on some specific tutoring guidelines, especially for lessons. For example, I saw that he had a basic slide format and template for if you're teaching different subjects or if you're teaching math specifically. I think that I can work with Aditya on creating a set of guidelines for every tutor. And I see Yasas, you have a problem. You have a question? Can I?
Yeah, I have a question. So
Yeah, go ahead.
for like outreach for students, how are you guys like thinking of getting students? Like, were you gonna like email schools or just like put it on like Nextdoor or something like that?
I think that a big possibility for us to spread the word could be just through advertisement or the Peach Jar. Peach Jar is relatively fine, and I'm pretty sure that Dublin High they have a monthly journal that everyone goes through. So that could be the same with different schools. We can contact different schools, make sure that we get on their newsletter so that people can be more aware of this program. So like just like our newsletter for the club, I think that if we get onto different schools' newsletters, like elementary schools or middle schools, I think we'll get a lot more recognition and we'll actually kick this program to a good start.
Is there anything else we need to adjust for this project before we move on to the secret project, which we're probably not going to discuss for too long because we don't have any information for those of us that aren't actually in the project? Okay, so I know for the secret project, we're probably not supposed to talk too much about it, but if there are any updates that can be made public, we can maybe discuss those. Okay, if there's nothing, we can do the environmental research project. Are there any updates for that project?
No, not really. I think I sent something into our Discord like last week saying like, try to have at least 2 things on the sheet by this meeting. I don't think anyone saw it though, but I am telling everyone in this meeting right now, try to have at least 2 by next week so we can have more to share. But as of right now, there's not much of an update.
Okay, so that leaves us the last thing we have to discuss in this meeting, which is the book bank, which is a continuation of the book project.
So for book bank project, we have around 1,000 books left over from the book project, children's book project. So and also book bank is a long-term project that probably will make some kind of a book drive every quarter or every couple of months, so that because based on this this time's experience, there are a lot of families that have young children's books that their children grow out, and they are willing to donate to whoever need them. So, and also for this time, we donate the project the books to our local community in San Francisco. But it looks like in US, the books are kind of have a very good supply for the books. So for the book bank, probably we should investigate some kind of out of US opportunities, for example, Africa or other poor areas. So probably we can look at all these opportunities there. I know Jason put some project in the spreadsheet. We need some more information, like how to what kind of book they are collecting and how to donate to them. And also, I do some research recently and found some kind of African library project. They are kind of, they need 1,000 books to set up a library in one of the English-speaking countries in Africa. And, but they need some kind of donation monies to mail all these books to Africa country. So this is another option. So I want the book bank project team to look into these different options and give a proposal to the club, see how we can long-termly build this project, and not only for the local US community, but also the international poor countries. Yeah, so from my personal perspective, I think the African library project is really a good one, because every 1,000 books can be used for to start a library in their community. So only for this this project, this book project, we have enough book supply, and also they have a very broad kind of collections of books, not only like a very strict requirement from the children's project book project. They can accept a lot of different kind of books. So yeah, maybe take a look at this option as well. And also, I want to remind all the club members that sign up for this different long-term projects. A lot of them, even though they are kind of research based, but it's very important to our club, because our club, the long-term projects rely on those research results. For example, you see some kind of environmental problem in the community, and if we see some kind of opportunity to work with different nonprofit organization to address this problem, that will be a very good start point. And also for the NPO, other NPO organizations, for example, the business, the law, medical, engineering. So it could be related to your personal interests. And if you can find some kind of project collaboration opportunity there. And also some of the organizations could offer internship opportunities there. So if we can find these opportunities and work together, partner with some of the NPO organizations, that will be also very helpful to your personal interests and long-term development of your soft skills. Yeah, so, and also this important thing is the volunteer hours. We need to see your research results for you to earn the volunteer hours for each of this long-term project. So keep that in mind. You don't need to put a lot of efforts in this every week, but 1 hour that will be enough. But keep doing this. This is a long-term thing. So doing a little bit research every week, in the long term, we will have some kind of good results, hopefully.
Okay, so are we planning on getting more books from people, or maybe donations for the project, or have we not decided yet?
You mean for the book bank?
Yeah.
Yeah, the focus now is to look for organization that can accept those books. For example, the African Library Project. If we can partner with them and find the recipient of those books and see if they can help to set up a library in one of the African countries, then if we can go through this process and see the outcome of this process, and then we can continue to collect book donations and continue to partner with those organizations. But for now, I hope the book project team can continue to look for these organizations, so that we can find the partnership and to donate those books. Yeah,
Okay.
but for later on, as I said, probably every quarter or every a couple of months, we can run this type of book project, book drive. But for now, we still accept book donations. If you know anybody that have those books that they want to donate or discard, just collect them, and you can send it to my home or anybody that's in the book project book bank team, so we can continue to collect all those books.
Okay, so if there's nothing else, that was the last item on our list. We have about 30 minutes left. We could discuss new project ideas if you guys want to.
I had an idea. So we could do something about like recycling batteries or like some kind of recycling thing, something good for the environment.
Recycle batteries. Yeah, that's a very good idea. So how do you want to educate the residents, and what kind of so I know some kind of stores like a Home Depot or Lowe's, they collect those batteries, right? So your project, you want to educate the residents, or how do you want to run this this project?
Right now we're just brainstorming. I mean, I think it's a good idea to look ahead and maybe plan these things out. But I think right now, maybe just a rough idea should be in.
Yeah, Yasha's very good idea. So think of the details. How do you want to run this project? And if someone else also interested, probably can work together with Yashash for a more detailed proposal for this project. Yeah, for sure. If you want to run project, we will support our club members to run their own project.
So there's nothing else to discuss for today. If everybody's okay with it, we could end the meeting early. If we have nothing.
I have a couple of things to mention before we close the meeting. Remember, our club was nominated as the club of the year, Dublin City. So we will be interviewed. Our club will be interviewed in later this month, and we are checking with the organizers, see how many club members we can bring to the interview. So if as soon as we find it out, we will have some members to join us for the interview. But there will be quite a few candidates for this award, so we are only one of the candidates. Yeah, that's just an announcement. And also, we mentioned to set up school charter before. I remember Aditya bring up some kind of proposals before. So I know the high school has some kind of procedure to apply for this school clubs. So if you want to find out your high school how to apply for this open the school charter, you may want to check with your school to find out. And probably now is the time to start prepare for that. If anyone has interest.
Wait, so are you trying to like so did you mean like making Breaking Barriers like a school club? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, it's a school charter for Breaking Barrier in your high school.
I think there might be a problem with that if there are people here that are from the Dublin School District, and we have I think a middle schooler in the club right now. I think.
Yeah, if you set up the charter in your school, that will be only for your school students. And also there might be some kind of unique of this club compared to other clubs in your school. So you might find out how to if there is a similar club in your school, the school might ask to merge. So you might find out how to apply.
Also, one more question. So if you want to like propose a project, so I should like do research on what I want to do, and do I just like talk about it in the next meeting, or is there a forum for like project proposals?
I think that the standard procedure is just to do some proper research and then create a slide so that we can visualize what you want to achieve and propose a timeline for what you want to do. I think that there are some good examples. If you go back to some old projects like the original, so if you go back to like the channels, you can probably go to like the book drive channel. And if you scroll up, you should be able to find an example of a project proposal. I think that they did a pretty, I think that the book drive team did a really good job in setting a standard for how you should do any proposal.
Okay, thank you.
If when we're extending this to the school, how does that work in relation to us being a nonprofit organization? Because I'm pretty sure for schools, at least for Dublin High, I know you need to have one person, as in like a teacher or someone who works there, to be like your club advisor. I'm pretty sure that's how Dublin High works. So how would that work if we also have an advisor board like outside of schools and stuff?
I don't think you necessarily need to have a teacher. That's only for meetings like in person. If you want to go to a classroom, you have to ask a teacher for that. But there are, I think, some Dublin school clubs that are entirely student run. So I think we should be okay in that aspect.
Yeah. So I read some kind of instruction in Foothill High School. It mentioned that because for this year everything is remote, so they don't need the teacher advisor for the students club. But next year, if it's in person, you have to have a teacher, school advisors sitting in your club to be the advisor. And also, if the parents or our club advisor also serving as one of the advisors in your school, that cannot replace the teacher advisors. So you need both. You need teacher for sure. You can also have a parent advisor in your club as well, but teacher is a must for in-person meet in school.
Okay.
Rianne, we have a couple of new club members joined recently. So could you assign the mentors to them and also try to welcome them in the Hangout chatting group and Discord?
I sent all of the new members an email with information on how to join the Discord and Hangouts, but I don't think any of them have like seen it, or I'm not.
I see somebody, some new members join our channels and chatting group.
Sorry.
But it's okay. Yeah, assign the mentors to them, because when you firstly join the club, if there is a mentor helping them to catch up with club issues, that will be very helpful. Feel welcoming.
Okay.
Okay. So Anthony, for the interview, you said we have 15 people sign up for this tutoring program, right? So do you need more persons help you to do the interview?
I think that we should be able to cover it. Like Chloe and I think I'm really available in the next following few days, especially at nights. I had a few things that got canceled, so I should be able to interview quite a few people.
Okay, so could you send the interview questions to the tutoring core team?
Yeah, no problem.
Are there going to be any interviews today?
Yeah, I'll send out Google form right after this meeting, and then I'll just ask what times are you available for tutoring for the following 3 days, so until Friday. And
Sorry, I had a question.
yeah, go ahead.
So the interviews are for people who are joining the tutoring program now, right? Like the people who joined it like before, do they have to get interviewed?
Yes, so basically everyone who wants to be tutored, everyone who prepares and wants to tutor other people, they need to be interviewed. So the interview will just comprise of questions asking you and confirming what subjects you want to teach, and from there also if you're qualified. So let's say I want to tutor Spanish, but if I don't have any Spanish credentials, if I've never taken a Spanish class, then technically I'm not eligible to teach Spanish because I don't know any. So I'll be going over some of that and seeing what level can you tutor up to in that case.
Who would be interviewing us?
So it'll either be me and Chloe, me or Chloe, and the rest of the club or the leadership council would also be able to go over the interview. So we have a collective decision. It won't be one person or two people.
What about the people on the leadership council that have to be interviewed?
Yeah, so again, that will be sent out to the rest of the leadership council. We'll make sure we have a as fair and as objective interview as possible. So it won't just be my decision. It won't just be Chloe's decision. It'll probably be the part of the decision that the leadership council makes.
Anthony, do you have an estimate start date for this program? Like when do you think it can be kicked off?
I'll launch it on Sunday. I'll publish. So right now, most of it is already ready. Once I finish the interviews, I need to update quite a few things. So that'll probably take up my Saturday. Otherwise, I'll start kicking it off from there.
Okay, yeah. The reason I'm asking is probably we should catch the spring break opportunity. So that time the tutors have more time to prepare their curriculum.
Okay.
Another thing is the DI mentoring program. Rian and Angie, do you want to let the club know that because our club has two pillars for all the projects. One is the community service, like all this long-term project and seasonal project we're running. Another one is the DI mentoring program. That's the 6 board members are running, because this club is originated from a DI team. So they want to promote this wonderful program to the community. So they are doing the mentoring for the DI teams that's new to this program, and also young age, so that they can have more tips on how to efficiently run this program. So they have done quite a few mentoring for different teams. So if any of the club members have DI experiences and love this program, maybe you can also ask Angelina and Rianne for this program. And Angie and Rianne, could you open a Discord channel for this project, and also invite the DI advisors in our club, because they need to be copied on those arrangements for the tutoring, for the mentoring sessions.
Yeah, sure. I actually have some updates about that. So I think this was like a while ago, like a month ago or something. We sent out a email to all of the teams that we have mentored before, and we're like, hey, if you want to do this again, we're available. And only one person responded, which was Liz, and we already did that on the 26th of February. And then I think I got an email forwarded from my dad from Cheryl saying, hey, we can do a meeting. And I've already emailed Cheryl twice and she hasn't responded. And the first time I emailed her was on the 21st, and I emailed her again on the 1st of March. So I'm not sure about that, but I think we'd have to have a better way of getting more people willing to, you know.
I think the reason is that because it's almost the end of the season, right? So they already have their tournament completed, and probably if we target on the new the students that don't have the DI experiences, that will be attract more people. Remember the program that we run for the open house and the IC party, those are target not only for the DI teams, but also anybody that's who are interested in this program. So if we can, if you want to develop some kind of program for those potential DI participants, that will attract more students, I believe. Especially now is a good timing to prepare them, because if some of them, if they start to know this program, and then they can be prepared for the summer and then form a team. Yeah, just one of the thoughts you can consider that.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a good idea. I think we definitely need a better way to promote this, because I don't know how to contact like a lot of teams besides just asking like Sharon or my dad or something. So yeah.
Yeah, if we target not only on the existing DI teams, but all of the students that have interests, then you have more channels to promote this program. Yeah. That's all I have for today. Anybody has anything else?
If that's all, we can end the meeting early today, if that's okay with everyone, if there's nothing else to say.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.